took a jump on both ends of the floor. Pocket pass, Manuel, no, but a foul. Late whistle, but they'll get Williams.
You want to get him in positions where he's out of action and then having to recover back to his own.
From Kansas City. Yeah, one of the Drake guys coming over with Ben McCullum, one of the 6. It's over Stromer, way short. Manuel the rebound. And Koch is found out of the...
No matter what you do as far as defensive schemes against Iowa, they are going to play the game at their pace.
Yeah.
A second ago, standing there, spacing and the actions they want to get to try to create an advantage.
And Koch could in the second. It's going to limit our possessions given how few there already are going to be against a slower pace. Stromer bumps, high arcing teardrop flows down.
For him, they've got to get him going a little bit more.
And he's all over Sturts. That's his matchup tonight. Manuel off balance, but a blocking foul.
Cover back to their own.
Front end wins another. So Manuel with 4 so far. And the free throw shooting for Iowa is 7-9 tonight.
Category.
Henley, double team comes, he kicks it to the corner. Makai Williams around and in. Reset. How about Stromer? Forcing him left, out to Koch, three-pointer. It's good.
What
great
a
defense. And
played it well, and then it's just an example of a great offensive player making a tremendous play.
Sturts stripped it, Henley missed it. Sturts couldn't get free. 3 to shoot. Has to fire, he does. And missed the rim for a shot clock violation. This first half from Acrisure Arena. Weidbach out of the post to Stromer, and he nails the triple.
No hesitation.
It's it back now. Weidbach rolls. Bit out of control. Henley to the basket, up and under. Popped out.
Bad call, whatever it may be, affect what happens to your next opportunity to impact the game.
Koch for Combs. Hits it from the elbow. 8 seconds. Henley fires a 3. Nothing but nylon and out of bounds to Iowa.
A rim and finish it with a possession with a defensive rebound.
Banks, Manuel, Koch, Sturts, and Combs for Iowa. They began to double him. Combs for Manuel. Nowhere to go. Koch camped out. Hits the triple. As mentioned earlier, 10 games last year. After a collapsed lung, received a medical red shirt. Pocket pass. Manuel banks it in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for Iowa. I think as compared to a lot of teams in the Big Ten, as
Combs low dribble, weaving, and now they reset to Sturts. 4 to shoot. Slips it to Combs for 3.
Second half on this end of the floor. You don't want that lead to balloon to 16 or 18.
Moore hangs, can't finish, and knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the ankle of Koch. Sturts curling around, pocket pass. Banks glides in, missed it. Henley. Remember, the Antelopes still scoreless this half for Shaw. Short, and the rebound. 5 and change expired here in the second half. Sturts bounces, bangs denied, but a foul. Last night, he'll call a timeout after his own team scores.
The coach may make.
Whoa. Missed slam by Henley, but he's fouled. And these free throws, he's really cooled off after a good start, and obviously Iowa, when he came back into the game. Jaden Henley rims out. He goes 1 for 2. Combs had no room, so they reset. Fulgaris on the attack to the right. And the stop for the Lopes. They double up Stromer. Owusu Nane blocked by Howard, who rips it away.
And Nane is ripped.
Almost like a TKO. Shaw said enough. 1 of 2 for Koch.
Well, many teams also use it as a chance to almost have a mini break. I know Fresno State, as Williams, you know, part of it is Sturtz is so good going to his right. Stromer has not allowed him to get downhill going right.
And Smith to St. Louis. Sturtz with 5 to shoot for Iowa. Throws it up. Hit the rim, but not much else. And Grand Canyon with the...
Defensively, they just can't get it going on the offensive end.
Sturtz, back of the rim, second chance. He's fouled. And he'll shoot a pair. Oh, you can... Yeah, it was a big takeaway. Rise up in class, and they beat a physical team. It was gritty. It wasn't pretty at times.
Because that is like a 25-point deficit to a team like Iowa.
Reinbach the cut. He lost his footing and was fouled by Maniau. He warned them not just through the rec specs in the closet. One to shoot. Reinbach late, and a violation again. Iowa. Stromer flips it up and draws the contact. Let's see what goes against Maniau or Sturtz. Dusty Stromer hits the first.
Over 90% from the line on all players when they go to a new system. What's expected of them, where their shots are going to come from. How
slings it out. Another pass to Fulgaris. 3 to shoot. Baseline drive. Cutting Koch, and he throws it away. 11-point game. Sturtz on a back down spin move, and he is fouled.
You can back down and get to a post-up opportunity and put foul pressure on. You've got an advantage because most...
You lived it. You ask why. Why was it a foul? At least we'll have the conversation, right? You appreciate that as a player. Yeah, and Usu and Ane goes 2 for 2. It's
Sturtz as well as Combs' hand as we get down the stretch of this game.
Bang, spin move and a blocking foul. They say it's on the floor. And he's on the bench. And Bang earns another with Iowa in the bonus. Freshman year, he tore his ACL. And then last 2 years at Washington. And Banks goes 1 for 2. Hasn't scored from the field. Nice roll and the flush from Demerel in front of the Havocs here. Louisville there in 2016. They famously said, in my 40 years, this was the toughest crowd I've ever faced. That's moved by Howard. 44-33 Iowa. And Howard now with 8 points. 3-pointer for Owusu and Ane is way. And now you look at the clock and the score. This is where Iowa thrives. Long possessions, they make you work. Banks on the roll from Sturtz. He's blocked by.
Good game the last 2 nights.
Freshman, 7'1". More the blow by in the finish. All 3 this half. Howard double teamed over the front of the rim and in.
He has been big time tonight. Played really well last night against Ole Miss as well.
Dump inside, Demerel, the roll and stuff. You mentioned Howard, Dan. I mean, he's scored at very impactful times tonight. Sturtz off balance to his left, he scores. Mark of this one. Sturtz circling. Behind the back to Howard. Thought about it, fires, and hits. On baseline, double teamed. And knocked out of bounds. Shaw lost it. Howard delivered. Director Steve Turnberger, Amanda Busick with us, doing just about everything to keep the show going. Alley-oop to Sturtz. Henley's been quiet tonight, Dan. After a good start, tries baseline and reverses it in.
What a luxury to be able to throw a lob to your point guard.
10 to shoot. Howard for 3. Hits it, and what a night for this guy with 16.
Pay either with scoring it or with finding guys.
Williams to the rim for two. Makai Williams scores for Grand Canyon. Sturts for Howard again. Exclamation point! The soft
For Isaiah Howard.
dunks, threes, almost a block there, but more scores. It is the toughest part of their schedule so far. Henley for two with 18 seconds left. Sturts with 13. Howard the star tonight with 19. The Iowa Hawkeyes, winners of the Aperture Classic. And getting the best of the Rebels and the Antelopes to close tonight. And a lot to like in Iowa City before the Spartans and the Terps await these Hawkeyes coming up in Big Ten play.